Said I'm taking big shots, just stop where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. They been trying to get me cheap like a thrift shop, but I told them it's my time, shit the wristwatch. They been talking way before they even doing something. Whoa. If they wanna play, let's get a tip off. Ain't no silver lining, dawg, this some rose gold. Getting new money, I'm a old soul. Yeah, I get it bouncing like a pogo. Whoa. And I'm too cold like Frozone. And my chick elastic, girl. Told him we ain't in the faking, this ain't plastic, girl. Bought a new whip and cash, now my taxi thorough. Way I'm shooting like step with my passes, bro. The way I'm playing the field, I'm in a league of my own. And now they all in their fields, I got them all on my phone. But dog, I'm hitting the climb, I got no time on the low. Way I'm shooting is messy, the way I'm hitting the goals. I'm taking big shots, just stop. Way I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. I just left, but you know I'm coming back though. Whoa. And you know I don't play by my rags though. Now go and turn it up to the max, whoa. Send a paper to me now like a fax, whoa. Yeah. Got 2 phones ringing off the hook now. When I'm in the city, I get looks now. I was going bad, but I'm good now. Said I had to go and put my foot down. Told him I'ma get it and go. Even in the summer, man, they knowing I'm cold. I got a couple checks coming that I made out the flows. Might get a couple more popping if I do it some more. I gotta do it for real. Said I'm back in my bag. All my digits are climbing just like they all on a dash. And they tell me slow down, cause dog, I'm moving too fast. Might go and cop me a Tesla, cause dog, I still got a gas. Said I'm taking big shots, just stop. Where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop, where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop, where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots. Just stop, where I'm driven, no pit stops. This hot, I ain't playing like a 6 spot. Pissed off, thought I told him this a chip shot. I ain't missing cause you know I'm taking big shots.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Space shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen him down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a mail, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check check and I buy myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex, but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all, I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it now, I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, man, we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. And Bitcoin holding the key support, the critical level, reclaiming our value area low. Are we headed up through the profile, guys? Are we going to see some more upside here, or is this just a little wiggle to the upside before a much bigger dump? We're going to talk about it today, and it's going to be a quick live stream, guys. As you know, it's going to be a famous short stream, maybe even 30 minutes. I'm just kidding. Actually, it might be a short stream tonight, guys. I feel like garbage, and I feel like I look like garbage. Let me know in the chat. Does Frankie Candles look ill? Maybe don't let me know. But anyway, shout out to the CandleMafia. Welcome in, guys. We got Mountain Magnets in the chat. I'm going to have to turn up the font here a little bit. I can't even see. Let's see. We got Jay Violet in the chat. Welcome in. We got Barillo. What is going on? We got Rob the Crypto Snob. Jesse and Darren Does Things holding it down as the mods in the chat. Show them some love, guys. We got Amina, who actually just left, I think. But shout out to Amina if you're still here. What is going on? Servando Estrada. We got Wick589 said, Bitcoin prolonging our pain. You mean Franklin. Shout out to Wick589. Yes! Absolutely. This is absolutely brutal price action, guys. I'm not going to lie. I almost took the day off because I kind of feel like garbage and Bitcoin kind of not doing anything, but we did flip a key level, and we are holding critical support. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to take a look at the key levels with you guys, let you know what I'm looking for next here. Is the critical support going to hold? Are we going to get the bigger move to the downside? What the heck is going to happen next here? Well, we're going to talk about it in just a second. Shout out to 12 Big Crimson in the chat. What is going on? Rudy, what is going on? Says, Darren Does Things. Love you, bro. Shout out to Rudy. I love Darren too. Shout out to Darren. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the chart. Said headed down to 91K and then a massive dump. We're actually going to talk about that. One of the things I wanted to cover today, guys, was a big level of support that we have above. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get into it. Perry, what is going on, Perry? Welcome in. Welcome in. He said, salute. Salute, my friend. Salute. Okay, so let's take a look here, guys. So yesterday, as you know, we were looking at some key levels here on the chart. Well, I'll just pull up our current local range here, guys. Like, just totally brutal, slow, wonky, choppy price action. Like, what is this? What even is this, guys? It's a rising wedge. It's a rising wedge. I'm just kidding. But obviously, guys, yesterday we were looking at Bitcoin as we had been coming down to major key support. I think everybody knows, right? After we were seeing the inability, good Lord, guys, maybe this is going to be a short stream. The inability to get the breakout of our value area high. We pushed in, got the retest on FOMC, right? Old news, could not break out of this range. Looking for that move down to our value area low. And then as we pushed into this value area low, obviously we did have some other key levels of support here. We had our Fibonacci retracement. We also had a daily MPOC. You can see the tapped daily MPOC right down there. This whole zone, right? It was basically the golden pocket, the 786, the two tapped daily MPOCs. We had a weekly MPOC, the value area low, right? So it was kind of a big zone of support. And as we have flown through that golden pocket, right, we were looking at this zone specifically sitting right down here, right? And we were holding on for dear life yesterday. We did have some 1 hour bullish divergences, lower lows on our price action, higher lows on our momentum waves. I don't really love this bullish divergence. Typically, you know, what I was saying yesterday on the live stream was like, I like to see the local bull divs come in. You know, of course, this is still a lower low with our higher lows. Does still give you the bullish divergence, but I just don't like that really sharp angle. When I see bullish divergences, I like to see them a little bit more locally here. And then, of course, this happened late last night. We did, as we were kind of bouncing around on our daily MPOC, we did end up getting a little bit of a bullish divergence here to the bodies of our candles, higher lows, lower lows. And then we did get that bounce back to the upside. Now, what were the key levels of resistance that we were looking at that we needed to flip in order to open up the doorway to higher prices, guys? We were looking at that value area low with the confluence on our daily and weekly MPOC that we had here. Obviously, those have already been tapped. That was support on the way to the downside. We absolutely just melted right through it. And that is, of course, going to be key resistance on the way back up. And this is kind of the level that we needed to flip in order to get us accepted back into this profile and potentially talk about another move to the upside here, because at the end of the day, technically you have bull divs. You also have the local bull divs here. And again, this wasn't really to the wicks of your candles, really only on the bodies. But we have technical confirmations below the range. We're getting that push back up above this value area low. This was the key level of resistance to flip yesterday and does remain the key level of support to hold. If we can stay inside of this volume profile, guys, I'm going to talk about some of these upper targets. Obviously, this daily MPOC will be part of it, but we have a lot of resistance above us, if I'm being totally honest, guys. If we pull even our local Fibonacci retracement, you can see we are actually currently struggling at that golden pocket, right? We came up, we tapped into that golden pocket, actually caught this beautiful scalp short position earlier today, from a retest of the retest, right? We got the golden pocket retracement, got the retracement. I took a little scalp short down to the value area low. Other than that, right, like this is just like all we can really hope for in this choppy price action, right? Unless you're holding a long down here from the low, but I was not here when we finally put in these bullish divergences. Literally was waiting for that and then just wasn't there, right? It happened at like almost midnight. As we fight here, right, of course, we do have the local golden pocket currently holding us down. 786 sits here at about $88,959. And then, of course, if we can get above there, guys, some of these bigger targets, and I want to talk about one very specific higher time frame, or not super high time frame, but a more significant key level of resistance. But at the end of the day, right, if we could hold above this value area low, it does technically, and we'll take a look at Market Cipher B in a second, it could technically give us a continuation into our range, right? Deviation below the low, get back into the range. If we can hold it, we could potentially see that move up to the POC. Now, I am a little bit suspicious here for the full fill into the value area high, because we do have, of course, a lot of that resistance. We have the local Fibonacci retracement that I just brought up, but if we just look at this from a NPOC perspective, right? Pretty big level, right? Like even taking the daily off, we have the weekly MPOC and the point of control. Of course, within the profile, the POC is always the next major target. But with all the resistance ahead, you really got to be careful here, in my opinion, right? Like at the end of the day, we could potentially just reject our golden pocket 786 retracement, right? Just to continue the overall downtrend for the lower highs and the lower lows. Again, kind of really hard to give a strong, confident move within this super choppy price action. I hate coming up here and being like, it's kind of a crapshoot here, right? But what we can do is mark off those confluent key levels. Now, we do have the weekly MPOC, the point of control of the range. MPOC comes in at about $90,364, and then the point of control comes in at about $91,360. And somebody in the chat even said, move up to 91K and then get the move back to the downside. If we pull our Fibonacci retracement from the high, bada boom, all the way to the low here, right? You have the golden pocket, the POC, which is confluent, right here, right? Just right in that $91,000 zone. Bottom of the golden pocket, about 91K. POC, 91.3. And then, of course, we do have that weekly MPOC sitting at $90,362. So, assuming that we don't reject our local Fibonacci retracement, again, I'll try to give you guys an idea of, like, what I'll expect based off market cipher, but we do still have some mixed signals here. But we do have the confluence up here. I'm going to be watching this zone very closely because, again, if we're going to come up for some kind of a significant retracement and even get a move up to that point of control, right, this is a significant golden pocket retracement, still a possibility for a lower high to continue the downtrend, and that confluence is not too shabby. Let me pull an anchored VWAP here from the high as well. Yeah, you got the anchored VWAP pushing in there as well, and that's probably going to be a little bit more confluent with this daily MPOC at the time. But overall, right, this is going to be the major zone that I'm looking at. I would say about, 90K, right, 90,362 all the way up to the point of control at 91,300. And again, like, the reason I like this is not just the confluence. It is going to be that golden pocket retracement. We all know that is the area where we could potentially see the lower highs come in. And then if we did get above that POC, right, we do have the 786 and a daily MPOC confluence up here at about 92.5. But we'll cross that bridge if and when we get there. I'm going to be interested for rejections here. And, why am I open to that? Why am I potentially looking for lower highs and lower lows? Well, it does have to do potentially with these high time frame red dots, right? We do have the 3-day red dot still printing, 4-day red dot is still looking to print probably any day now, right? Unless we get some kind of big, if we get the big retracement to come in, then, maybe that doesn't, maybe we get support here. But again, higher time frames, red dot looking to print, we really got to get out of here to escape that kind of signal, right? Taking a look, the one thing I will look at for the continuation up here, guys, I'll give you that one signal that I'll be looking for later, and you can see, right, break in, retest the value area low, currently holding. We do have the 16-hour green dot looking to print. And we do have that 1-hour money flow looking to cross over into the green. However, with how choppy this stuff has been, it is a market cipher B, 1/16th bullish setup, but I would say that is potential, right? Just like, again, you have to be able to identify the environment that you're trading. When you have a super low probability, wonky, choppy environment, it's not necessarily I'm not super confident in these signals, but, if I were to look for something, that 1-hour money flow crossover could indicate that we could continue up through the profile only because we have that 16-hour green dot printing at the same time. We talk about that 1/16 strategy constantly, and they do play out more often than not, but I would put a little bit of caution on this one with how choppy price action has been. This is like some of the most brutal price action we have had in quite some time. It's absolutely brutal. But that's what I'm looking at, right? Simply value area low still sitting at about 87.3. And the reason I say 87.3, guys, is because that tapped weekly and daily comes in there. But if I just take that off the chart to keep it nice and simple here, value area low sitting at about, 87.165, right? If we could stay up in there, doorway to the POC is open. Hopefully we can make it up there. If we make it up there, I will be looking for short positions, depending on what things look like. Now, we look at the daily time frame, daily money flow attempting to come up as well. This isn't super bad looking, in my opinion. It is trending to the upside, right? You could always just draw that trend line. This is technically coming up. VWAP also curving up, looking to potentially print a green dot. If we get that daily green dot, we're going to look over to that 90-minute money flow, which is still trying to trek to the upside here. That's another market cipher B116 strategy. Just trying to find confluence throughout the time frames here to potentially point towards a move to the upside. Got the VWAP coming down here. So again, it's not the perfect signal, in my opinion. Let me take off the... let me take some of this stuff off so I can... Market cipher is not as squished. There we go. So yeah, VWAP comes down. I'll be honest, guys. Like, this is still not the best setup in my opinion. Like, even with these little local bull divs down here, which was what I would have rather seen for a bigger bounce back inside the profile. Like, it is what it is, right? The fact is, we're back inside the profile. If we stay up in here, doorway to the POC is open. If we break back down, you know, we could come down and take these lows one more time and maybe form some more legitimate bullish divergences. This is just kind of wonky. And this is a critical level of support. Not necessarily the value area low, but this 786 is going to be very important because it's, of course, the higher time frame 786 retracement as well. I'm not going to pull it because I pull it every single day, but it's really sitting. It's like sitting right down here. If we wind up losing these lows, guys, I think the higher probability is probably going to be to take out the low at 80,500. If we do that, right, we have some bigger support down there on the weekly MPOC. Same song and dance here, 78,550. There's like not really much of an update. If I'm being, like, it's just absolutely brutal here. Bitcoin do something, right? Like, even these bigger moves, it's like we're just continuing in this sideways range, and it's not even like we're getting the beautiful confirmations with nice bullish divergences, money flow coming up for high confidence moves. So really just kind of letting things play out here. Took a little scalp earlier today, but other than that, right, just like kind of seeing what this 1 hour money flow will do, what this 90-minute money flow will do, and then again, keeping a close eye on this green dot on the daily. The one thing I can say is if we pull our full fib from the absolute low here to the high, you know, we're tapping this golden pocket right now. If we do end up losing our local 786 that I just had on the chart, the last place to look for a bounce, in my opinion, is going to be to get a sweep of the low here. I would view this as a scalp position, right? If we get the move down, maybe we get an SFP into the 786, some bullish confirmations. Maybe you get the bounce back in there from here. But again, at that point, right, I do think the higher probability is going to be to break back down, to crack the more significant low down here and tap into an actual key level of support. Like, why don't I really love this low? We don't have any other horizontal support other than this little 786. There's not much down here, right? There's like it's just like literally a black hole. 78,550 is the next horizontal support level. We have the daily here at about 79.4, right? So pretty confluent there as well. So like for the bigger key levels, I will be looking currently 79.5 to 78.550, and then biggest local level to the upside as resistance is going to be the point of control of the range in that confluence with the MPOCs, daily horizontal, golden pocket. And then if we get above there, maybe we can look to push into the value area high. Above that, if we get the bigger breakout, of course, put it in the chat. What is the next major key level of resistance, guys, if we break out of this value area high? I think most people know. I'll pull it up in a second anyway. Tortured by price action. Yeah, shout out to Bailey. It's like, you could feel it. I'm feeling it, guys. More often than not, like when we're going sideways, people are like, this is brutal price action. But we're just like, hey, this is not necessarily brutal. It's kind of brutal for the content. But, you know, there's just typically like really nice trades to be had in those ranges. But like this one's just super wonky. It's like we front run the high, front run the low, tap the high, back to the low. It's just not super clean. And, you know, sometimes the best trade is no trade, right? Everybody wants to know long or short. Sometimes the best trade is no trade, right? You don't always have to hold a position. More trades does not equal more money. More trades only equals more risk. I mean, I guess it could equal more money if you win all the trades, right? But that's not guaranteed. Let's see. Smash that like button. Shout out to Tom Lowry. Shout out to you, bro. Smash that like button, guys. I know price action's boring, but please, for the love of God, smash that like button. Pressure makes diamonds, boys. Let's go, Philly skills. That's dang right. And if the pressure ain't going to create diamonds, the Aztecian cactus moss water will. Shout out to Derek, said I'm only smashing the like button if price goes up. The problem with that is price can't go up if we don't run up the likes. It is directly one-to-one correlated. $10,000 support. Shout out to Crypto X Surfer. Yeah, $10,000. We go down to 10K, guys. You know, probably have some support down there. Let's see. 10K right there. Got a weekly level at 10K right there, baby. Everyone's sleeping on that 10K weekly, guys. I'm telling you. Jokes, guys. I'm just joking. I'm joshing you. Shout out to Blah. Blah says, yo, Frankie, how do you share your trades in the premium? Entry stop loss given. Shout out to Blah. It is not a signals group. What I can do is I can kind of show you an example. See if I can pull something up here real quick. What I do is I spoon feed my trade setups with the confirmation entry triggers that I will be looking at. So I'll just pull this up real quick. This is an example of kind of what I do. I have the setup on the chart at the key level, right? All key levels given. I share my chart so you can import them into your trading view. We do 2 live streams a week. I won't go through the whole spiel. You can go to frankiecandlestrading.com if you're interested. There's more information there. But this is what I do, right? Hey, guys, if this, then that, right? I show you the traps in the market and what confirmations I want to see in order to take those trades, right? And a lot of the times, obviously, we're looking for shorts at the value area high, longs at the value area low, or even a low value area low zone like this where we have the golden pocket. But if price comes up here and we see XYZ entry confirmation, that is what I want to see to take that trade. It is not a signals group. I will not say buy here, sell here. I don't even think that's legal. I can't do that. I'm not a financial advisor, but we spoon feed the trade setups. It's very educational. I walk you through exactly how I trade, exactly how I look to take entries. We have the live streams, also super, way more intimate than the YouTube live streams because there's less people, obviously, in the paid group. Actually, maybe not recently. In this price action, probably similar. No, it's actually way smaller, but that's kind of how we do it, right? And then if price comes up here, we talk about what we want to see, and then I show kind of the plan for that trade. I'll walk you through like, hey, when we talk through this stuff, right, I talk about where I typically take profits, right? TP1 at the POC, TP2 at the value area low, and I'll update people, right, if I'm not sleeping, I'm in the trade, right? Like, hey, guys, locking in some profit on the long, locking in some profit on the short. I keep you updated with exactly what I'm doing, right? So you kind of just follow along with what I'm doing, but it is not an entry, a signals group. It is not financial advice, but there you go, right? Pretty good example of kind of how that works, right? And actually, that one ended up playing out. The only thing that did not play out here is we did not get the bearish divergence or the SFP, but actually did have a couple people in the premium live stream that wound up taking that position. Played out beautifully. So there you go. Some more insight. But if you're looking for a signals group, it's not a signals group. Let's see. As long as the support at 0 holds, there is nothing to worry about. Shout out to Panda the Prophet. Yeah, as long as we don't go into the negatives, I think we'll be good. Shout out to Fog. I'm going to call you Fog. I don't know how to say that name. Said, thanks, Frankie. New to trading, but you are fun to watch, and good call. More isn't always the move. Being able to pick the battles when the setup makes sense is the win. Yeah, absolutely. That's like the biggest mistake people make. They jump into the trades way too soon, right? Like they just get on the chart, they get on the 1 minute time frame, and they're like, okay, long or short, right? Well, you might not have a setup here, right? Like there might not be a legitimate setup. So that's, I always tell people, trading is a game of trapping, not a game of hunting, right? You want to find those confluent areas in the charts, right? So for example, right, for me personally, if we come all the way up here, I am not looking to take that trade, right? I'm not interested in that short position. It's not to say, right, like earlier today, I did take a little scalp short position from the rejection of the golden pocket right here down to the value area low, but so it doesn't mean you can't scalp lower time frames, right? But like for the most part, right, my bigger positions, I'm not interested in a short unless I come up here, right? It's like I'm not going to sit there and watch the 1 minute chart and be like, should I long, should I short, should I long, should I short? You have to have a trading plan. If this, then that. If price comes up here, I am going to be looking for confirmation, right? Specific entry confirmations. And then I will be looking for a potential entry. I'll have a specific invalidation on that trade that if it goes against me or breaks a certain key level or invalidates the entry trigger, then I will get out of that trade at a small loss, controlled loss, and then we just move on to the next trade, right? If it plays out, we look to take profit along the way, etc. But I'm not just interested in like jumping on the trade, right? And I don't think anybody should, right? Like you have to have a plan for your trades. A lot of people are like, I longed and it went straight up. And I'm like, all right, well, what was the setup? I could try to like let you know if it was a legit setup. They're like, I don't know, we were pumping, so I longed. Like that is not a reason to long, right? More often than not, when we're pumping, we're looking for shorts, right? You want to short as price is coming up. People think, oh my God, this is pumping, this is bullish. Yes, price going up, I guess you could say is bullish, but that's not necessarily, right? Like, and more often than not within the volume profiles, it's a very simple trading plan, right? Deviate below the lows. This is your cheap price action. This is considered cheap. Find your bullish confirmations. And just to give you a little sneak peek here, right? For this long position that we took, right? Is this the one? Yeah, this was the long that I just got closed in profit, right? We deviate below the low. Right? Fair values within the volume profile between the value area low and the value area high. In here is the fair value. The POC is the fairest value. So what we say to ourselves is, hey, when price is down here, we don't want to look to short. Price is going down, short, short, short. Not necessarily, right? It's not that you can't short on a retracement, right? But you're shorting as the price is coming up locally. But what happens? Price is cheap. This is where you want to look for longs. Not necessarily just long when you get down here, but you need to find those entry confirmations. What happened when we got down here? Well, look at this. bullish divergences. And then money flow decides to creep into the green. You get back into your value area low. And the beautiful thing about the volume profiles is it gives you a perfect plan for your trade. So when we entered that position, my entry was about $85,000. The full plan for that trade is to look to go from the low back into your fair value. Once you're back inside that value area or above the value area low, the next highest probability target is going to be the POC. This acts as a magnet for price. It's the fairest value. It goes from cheap and then it seeks out the fair value. And then more often than not, you flip the POC, especially if money flow is on your side as it was right here, and you get that push into the value area high. Then what happens? You get a push into the value area high, which is what? Overvalued price action, right? Especially when you deviate above. This is where you want to look for shorts. It's not that you're never going to come up here and continue out, right? But in those cases, you don't typically see the bearish confirmations, right? It just kind of yeets through the level and continues up. Also has a lot to do with what money flow looks like up there. But if you're in a ranging context, you push up into the value area high. This is where you're looking for your shorts. And what did you have up here? Very simple. These were two like very textbook setups. What do you have, right? It's not always divergences, but more often than not, you'll get the bearish divergences. Lower highs, higher highs, right? You get it on many different time frames. You get it on the 80-minute, the 1 hour. Higher highs with your lower highs. There's your bearish divergence. And you even got a swing failure pattern of that wick, right? Wick above, candle closure down below, back into the range. At that point, you are looking for a rotation from your overvalued price down into at least your fair value, which would be the POC. This is always take profit one, whether you're coming from the top or the bottom. Lock in your profits. I typically move my stop loss to break even. If I get stopped out and it decides to bounce off the POC and send it, I get stopped out, still make money on the trade because I've already locked in some profit. If you lose that POC, you're looking to head down towards that value area low. But we didn't hit the value area low. Well, in the premium Discord, we knew that there was a chance that we would not hit that value area low because we had this golden pocket here. And what happens? All right, so the real target, the first target here was the start of the blue zone, which I typically mark off as support, right? That blue zone starts at the golden pocket because I don't know. We don't know necessarily. There's no guarantee that you have to go down to the value area low, right? There's no guarantees in trading, right? It's just all probability based. That's why you have to manage the risk. But we came down here. This was on the 5th of December, if you remember. And we front ran that level, right? But didn't care, right? I want to see that golden pocket tap. We wiggle around and eventually come down to tap that golden pocket for that final TP, right? And even here, you don't have to close the entire trade. You could take a partial, you could take TP1, TP2, and then still hold a portion of the trade in case you get the bigger breakdown. You could turn that into a massive home run, a risk-free, guaranteed winning trade, right? Only because of the risk management. You don't know it's guaranteed up here, right? But once you are able to lock in profits and protect yourself with your stop loss at break even, it is a guaranteed winning trade. You literally can't lose money. You're only going to make money. So there you go, right? That's kind of like simply what we look for inside the volume profiles. So those are kind of two examples of kind of what I look for in the premium Discord, right? And you just kind of follow along with what I'm doing. It's literally buy low, sell high, but it's hard to actually do that in practice, literally doing the opposite of what feels right. Yeah, shout out to Brillo. I think that's why a lot of new traders have struggled with that, right? They just think price go down, I want to jump on that train. And I don't think it's wrong logic, right? Like I think like any normal person, I know I thought this, and when I started was like, price is going down, I want to get, ride the trend, right? Ride the trend. The problem with that is a lot of people don't understand that the trend moves in waves, right? It moves in ebbs and flows. Like a downtrend doesn't just go down in a straight line. Sometimes it does, right? But more often than not, right, your downtrend moves in waves. And oftentimes what will happen is people will see price going down. They think they missed the short. Now, more often than not, we're taking the shorts at the high, right? Because if this is a value area with a value area high, a POC, and a value area low, right, we're looking for the shorts all the way up here. So we're kind of catching the start of that trend. But what a lot of people will do is they see price dumping. They're like, oh, my God, I'm going to miss the short. I'm going to miss the short. I'm just going to short it, right? And then they're an instant drawdown, and they get freaked out, and they wind up getting stopped out, or they close the trade because they're in massive drawdown, and then only for price to continue down, right? You get kind of caught in the wrong side of ping pong. It's like price is going down. I want to ride the wave. It's going down. I have to go trade with the trend, right? Everyone says that the trend is your friend. Absolutely true. It doesn't mean that you enter on the massive red candles, right? You can have a bearish bias here for the continuation of a trend. It doesn't mean this is the best place to short. You guys will almost never see me short on a big red candle, right? I have to be patient and wait for that retracement. But most people just freak out. They're like, I'm going to miss it. I'm not going to make any money. Oh my God, this is the only trade I'll ever be able to take. And they won't enter, or they'll enter and they'll just be a massive drawdown. They'll lose. They'll be like, oh, never mind. Now we're bullish. We're long. and then they long, and then they get wrecked, and like, oh wait, no, I was right originally. Let me short, and then they get wrecked, right? So what you want to do is you want to be patient. You want to be patient, right? Especially if you're coming into support. When you're dumping into support, you do not want to look for shorts there. You want to. It doesn't mean you can't look for shorts. You just have to wait for the retracement, find your key levels above, which are typically golden pocket 786 retracements, and then that's where you can look for your short entry to then jump in to ride the rest of the trend to the downside. It's a very common problem with new traders. I know I struggle with that in the beginning as well. Let's see. Shout out to Fantasy Killer, said, hey, Frankie, yesterday or last night when there is an SFP. I said FSP. SFP and a bullish divergence on the 15-minute, but not enough signal on the longer time frames. Do you always wait for more signals, or sometimes we just have to go for it? Shout out to Fantasy Killer. I think that's another thing people have to understand as well. You're never going to get 100% confident trade, right? And at the end of the day, right, you're going to get a, and yeah, you did get this little SFP down here late last night as well. Yeah, if I were on the chart at this point, I would have taken that position. And if you don't have like massive higher time frame confluence, right, it doesn't mean that you can't get a local retracement back up. Like even if this wasn't going to be a massive move into the POC, right, obviously if you get an SFP with bullish divergences, chances are you're going to get some kind of a retracement up, right, even if it didn't come up this high. Chances are you're going to get some kind of push to the upside, giving you an opportunity to take some profits, move your stop loss. And yeah, at the end of the day, if you wait for like 70 confirmations, like you're just never going to take the trade. You're going to be like, I'm waiting for confirmation of the confirmation of the confirmation. It's just like, dang, talk about a trading plan. So yeah, sometimes you got to go for it. But yeah, if I were here, I mean, this still wouldn't have been like super nice for me. I would have preferred to take this wick down here. But yeah, I very likely would have taken that trade if I was on the chart at the time. So yeah, sometimes you just got to go for it for sure. Let's see. Shout out to Bailey, said, Frankie, don't talk about me like that. I know everyone's always like, I feel like he's talking directly to me. And I think the reason for that is because I'm talking to my older self, my older, terrible trading self. And that, you know, it's really where everybody starts, right? So it's just like directly relates to people. I'm long on XRP since $1.88, just waiting for this flag to make a decision. Amazing to watch trading come to a complete stop. Shout out to Imagination. Yeah, if you mean complete stop as in just straight sideways, I feel you, brother. Got the long yesterday night, and they laughed at me in the kitchen. Shout out to Perry. They better not be laughing at you in the kitchen. That's a friendly place to be. But yeah. Dang, I wish I was awake, bro. I would have dropped in the Discord like, hey, guys, I'm taking a shot here. Probably wouldn't have been super confident, to be honest with you. All right, so let's continue on here. So overall, guys, just in the same, like literally yesterday, looking for a push up here if we were able to get the bounce. And flipping this level, right? We're attempting to flip it, right? Hopefully we could stay in here. Doorway to the POC is open. If we lose it again, right, we might just come back down here to retake these lows. Until then, we'll see what happens. POC sits, next major resistance zone, in my opinion, does sit between about 90,183 to 91,400. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump on into Ethereum. Ethereum not really able to get the move Bitcoin got. And when we look at this, let me go ahead and pull it up over here. Right, we saw those bearish divergences forming on FOMC day. Got the higher highs. Bitcoin did not put in the bear div, which is interesting. But we got the bear divs into our next key target, right? After we bounced off this value area low zone, obviously we look for that POC to be the next target. Obviously going to be local resistance. Put in the bearish divergence directly into the top of that target. Look for the pullback. And now we're back down here playing with our value area low. Will it hold? Will it hold? Well, to be honest, this price action is not very convincing. But, if we could hold here, it's very simple, right? Stay inside the range. POC is open. Do I feel confident in that? Let's take a look at some of these higher time frames, right? Yeah, like look at this 8-hour money flow, guys. Like just super choppy. And some people say like, what do you do when money flow is choppy? Like how do you know what the highest probability case is? Well, sometimes it's choppy, right? Sometimes it's just a low probability trading environment, which is what I would say. Even though we can catch the scalp short earlier today, even though, you can catch the lower time frame trades, doesn't mean you can't trade. It just means like when you have a lower probability trading environment, you just have to understand that is what it is. Sometimes the market gives that to you and it's kind of frustrating. And it doesn't mean you can't trade it either. You might just have a losing week or a losing month, right? You just might chop up your account a little bit. And that's just the reality of trading. But this is like, what would I say about this 8-hour money flow, right? Or 6-hour money flow? Like, we had a generally decent green wave. It might be some time to spend it in the red, right? But, from a binary perspective, it's crossing into the green. So it's just very difficult to pull a bias there, at least from the 6-hour, right? 8-hour smooths out that money flow. You got the 8-hour money flow crossover into the red. We talked about this yesterday. This does indicate to me probably a higher probability of lower highs and lower lows. So I don't know if we're going to hold this long term. Kind of just waiting for something to make a move, right? It's like we just need it to happen, right? But 8-hour money flow continuing into the red, that's obviously indicative of a continuation of the downtrend. Your 10-hour money flow also in the red here. You're printing your green dot. Really, that hasn't been giving you any kind of movement at all so far. 12-hour green dot looking to print. Money flow still in the red. So, I don't see, right? We're not getting, right? And like even down here, right? You don't have any significant bullish divergences, right? There's not like significant confirmation that this is a really nice low. Like if we had come down here, like maybe it was it's like you don't even have the bullish divergences on the daily, right? Like if we were to come down here and we had nice, like boom, we had a low and then a lower low, and then we get a nice bullish divergence like this, right? If we were to see something like that with money flow coming up, that's much more indicative that you're going to see a full fill of the volume profile. Doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just, it's hard for me to say it's a high probability. So I am a little suspicious of losing this range. Daily looks very similar to Bitcoin. It's attempting to trend up here with the VWAP curving up a bit. 2-day red dot confirmed, just like Bitcoin. 3-day red dot printing, just like Bitcoin. 4-day red dot looking to print, just like Bitcoin. So it's just, puke emoji, literally. Whatever that like, not the real puking emoji, the one that's like about to puke. That's what I feel about this price action right now. Let's see. Shout out to Christian Mella said, "Hey, Tony, I missed that pretty face." Oh, God. Shout out to Christian Mella. Dropping the out-of-pocket comments in the chat. Unbelievable. What did Frankie eat today? I had a breakfast burrito. If I'm being honest, guys, if you ever ask me what I've eaten on a live stream, like, "Hey, Frankie, what'd you eat today?" 99% of the time, it's nothing. I intermittent fasted for like 2 years straight. And now I literally just don't eat during the day. I eat like once a day at night. It just like became a part of my being. But I did have a breakfast burrito tonight, or earlier today, which is not the norm. 30-minute bear div still printing on Ethereum, I assume. Yeah, I mean, listen, this, I don't know if you're, shout out to, who said that? Who said it? Shout out to, was it India Martini? Where'd that go? Where'd that chat go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, India Martini. We're talking about ETH. I don't see a bearish divergence here on the 30-minute. And the reason for that is you don't have the higher high, right? Like if this was a 30-minute bull down, like I wouldn't say, like if we had something like this, maybe that would be a bear div, right? Not maybe, but that would be a bear div. But again, right, like, is this the best place to take a short? In my opinion, probably not. I would personally need a bigger retracement up to look for a short on this. And you're also, like, just pushing into support. You're holding it currently. But let's take a look at that 8 hours. Is that 8-hour green dot printing yet? Not really. Okay, so if that 8-hour green dot prints, 30-minute money flow attempting to come up, it's just like, I don't know. It's just not super nice, right? Because the 30-minute money flow is coming up. 8-hour green dot looking to print. Maybe you can get that to be a market cipher B1 16th bullish setup. But two things I don't like, right? The 30-minute has already crossed into the green. Not while the 8-hour green dot is printing. I like to see these things happening at the same time. And then on top of that, right, you also have the red dot looking to print here on the 8-hour as well, indicating even if you are going to continue up that you could potentially come down first. And then on top of that, this 8-hour VWAP. I just don't really love the shape of this, right? Oftentimes when you see, and this is a perfect example, right? When you see this like inversion on the VWAP, in my experience, these tend to be weaker, right? This kind of says to me that, like, you're going to roll right back over. And this is a perfect example, right? Like, price comes up, or VWAP comes up. You have this inversion, and you don't even print the green dot. You come back down, and then even when you do print the green dot, it just rolls right back over. Like, this 8-hour green dot did not give you much of a move up, right? And that was indicated by the inversion on the VWAP. So I don't even really like this VWAP inversion that we have here, is what I'll call it. So we'll see, right? And sometimes there's just like nothing to do, right? I would say, if anything, just based off the fact that you're at support with medium time frame green dots, I would have to look for a bounce here. I would have to say that's the higher probability, but that doesn't mean I'm going to bet on that, right? Like I would just say, hey, probably a higher probability that you're going to get some kind of bounce to the upside, but I am just going to be suspicious based off money flow and that 8-hour inverted VWAP. So there you go. Shout out to Vampire Slayer says, you don't need 3 big meals per day. Yeah, shout out. Apparently not, right? I mean, I ate like that my whole life, and then I started intermittent fasting, and people are like, dude, it's unhealthy, man. You got to eat 7 times a day. And I was like, I'm not hungry. Like, I'll eat when I'm hungry, right? Like, when I get hungry, I eat, right? I eat a lot when I'm hungry. But yeah, I think a lot of people eat out of boredom. I don't know. But I'm also not a doctor. Not medical advice. Shout out to Christian Mella said, you could frame my comments and give them to Frankie from Santa. Christian Mella's had some out-of-pocket comments. But anyway, let's see. When do I think we'll get better price action? Shout out to Bailey. Any ideas based off the previous cycles? I mean, listen, we've had situations like this before, right? I'm trying to think of like the last time we had super wonky price action. It happens from time to time, right? It's like I always come up here and say the same thing. I'm like, guys, this is like I could have taken this stream off today, but it's not going to last forever, right? I'll say that. It's very likely not going to last forever. I just think like we came down to big support here, right? And we just didn't get the big reaction that you would hope for. And of course, that big reaction we would hope is going to be a bigger retracement into potentially the 50-week moving average around $102,000. Just because we're not getting the reaction right now does not mean that it can't eventually happen. But, you know, typically it's like you want to reclaim and go, in my opinion, right? Especially off a 786 like this. And, again, right, like we came down, we tested the 786, we tested the 786, we tested the 786. I don't like these levels tested more than once, personally. More times you knock on the door, the more likely it is to open up. And in this case, the door is the floor, right? This thing swings open, looking to take out that low at 80,500. So, you know, I can't say it's impossible to wiggle back up here and get a bigger breakout, but I'm definitely going to be cautious here, especially with those high time frame red dots printing and the money flow coming out, right? Like we're obviously in a much more bearish environment than a bullish environment. With that being said, obviously, we're not looking for shorts down here. We've only taken longs, right? Except for that short from up here. But again, that was taken. I didn't personally take that position, but the setup was there as price was coming up, right? Not shorting as price is coming down. Let's see. I eat only evenings for almost 3/4 of my life. Shout out to Snee. Interesting. All habits. Yeah, probably. Shout out to NS, says, still holding my ETH short from FOMC. Wish the market would make a decision. Yeah. I mean, again, my higher time frame bias is going to be bearish. I'm happy for the TA to be wrong there. But of course, you know, again, I'm going to say this one time. All this high time frame money flow coming out, like even the 5-day and the 6-day, rare signals. Like this is the first money flow crossover into the red we've had on the 6-day since the bull run started. Last time, bull run, first crossover, the top is in, right? Doesn't mean down in a straight line, at least yet, right? You do get green dots, you do get little bounces to the upside, and eventually the lower highs and lower lows are the higher probability, right? We're in the exact same environment, right? Narratives aside, news aside, the charts are still bearish, right? And I'm not saying that the charts can't be wrong, but you also just can't ignore them either. I eat evenings and nights a lot. Yeah, shout out to T-Money. I've heard it's not good to eat before you go to sleep either, which I definitely break that rule. I need a relief rally to sell my alts. I will say this. I think let's assume, right? Even if we do get a bigger relief rally here, and it does, let's just assume that it's going to be a lower high and a lower low. I think a lot of people are waiting for that relief rally to sell. Like they're just thinking, if I could just get back to break even on my altcoins and I can sell them, or just back to a better lower loss and then sell. I'll do it. I swear. Just bring me back to break even. And I think like once you see this big move, it's a lot of people are going to get caught off guard. It's going to be like, oh wait, we're bullish now. Like, and then it's going to be alt season, and everyone's not going to want to sell their bags. And then I've done it before, right? It's try not to fall in that trap. Right now, of course, if you have a reason to look for If you have information here on the chart saying you are going to continue up and the alts can rally, well, then obviously you wouldn't want to. But I think even if we are getting the confirmations here, and even if it is clear that this is going to be a lower high for a continuation of the bigger downtrend, I think a lot of people are going to get, like, that's why I say this could be max pain, right? People were talking about max pain yesterday. It's like they have to send it down for max pain. But it's like, it's kind of subjective, right? What is max pain? I mean, if they send it down, that could be max pain, right? But another form of max pain would be send it back up, get everyone really excited, and then roll it back over. That's also like max pain. I would argue that this is probably more painful for a lot of people, right? Because they're going to be feeling really bullish. Oh my God, we're going up. They feel more comfortable, and then they just roll it back over. That's how you get people to quit crypto full time. Shout out to Philip, said we dumped each time they cut rates. Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Like, they're cutting rates. That's bullish. How could you be looking for shorts? And it's like, it doesn't really transfer one-to-one on price, right? Like, the only time that I would expect a rate cut to just like instantly trigger a massive move is if they announce a bigger cut than they initially were anticipating, right? Like, if they're pricing in 25 bips and then they cut it 50, right, out of nowhere, and nobody's expecting that, right? If the market prices in 25 points or 25 basis points, and we get 50 out of nowhere, they're like, actually, we're going to cut it 50. That's not priced into the market, and then that will cause a big move up on that news, in my opinion, right? More often than not, if they're like, we're going to cut 25 bips, and then they do that, it's like the market goes, yay, they're going to cut rates. Push it up, push it up, push it up. And then they're like, we're going to cut what we said. And they're going to be like, sell it, sell it, sell it. That is more often than not what happens. People think they're hungry. It's really closer to a drug addiction. Carbs are as addictive as heroin. Is that true? That's crazy. I would believe it. Rate hikes. Rate hikes. BOJ rate hikes. Shout out to Tony. Says Christian Mella, FYI, just copied all your comments as far back as YouTube would let me. 18 pages of Google Docs. Guys, I wish Tony was kidding. I know he's not kidding. He actually did that. I promise you he actually did that. He's not making a joke. I have a feeling I'm going to get a Christmas gift with Christian Mella's dirty comments on it. I didn't ask for that, Santa. I didn't ask for it. Let's see. Unless Santa is going to make a big purchase and give out Bitcoin for Christmas, it's going to be a red Christmas. Well, it's 50-50, right? It's red and green. Christmas is red and green, right? So it's one or the other, I guess. Let's see. Shout out to Panda the Prophet. I'll sell 30% of my bags at break even. Shout out to Loki. There are too many people. Shout out to David. Says there's too many people that are invested and believe 100%. So there's no way Bitcoin can fall below 80K before the altcoin season. I hope so. I wouldn't say no way. I think no way is where a lot of people get in trouble, right? Because there's like, this is impossible. Trust me, I've been in crypto since 2016, right? I can't tell you how many times I've been like, there's no way this is going to happen. It's like, you're staring at the chart, you're like, oh, never mind. That's when people are like, it can't break this level. There's no way it's going to break this level. And I'm like, buckle up. Hopefully it doesn't, right? But buckle up because it could totally break these levels. Shout out to Fiat Level. Says, let's make money in both red and green candles. That's the name of the game right there, right? We don't need price to go up, which is the beauty of being a trader. Everyone spent all their money on Christmas presents instead of altcoins. Nobody's asking for altcoins this Christmas. I feel like the only way we get out of this price action is to go down. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely... I mean, it's mixed, right? Especially as a content creator, guys, like, I think people just want me to come up here and be like, it's going up, right? But, like, I just can't say that. Like, I can make an argument for it, but I just can't ignore all the bearish signs either. And obviously, we're struggling here. So... definitely looks a lot more dumpy than it does pumpy. But again, I'm just not willing to get like mega bearish at support, right? Doesn't mean I won't catch shorts, right? But, you just have to understand, like, you're at key resistance. If we did end up getting a big retracement, right, like, it would make sense to happen off this level. But again, it's like, I would have liked this to happen a lot sooner. So again, like, we could just trade here, right? Like, we could just range. This would be brutal, guys. If we continue in this range... we might have some short streams coming up, if I'm being honest. Frankie, I learned a lot from you. Can't be emotional about investing. I sell everything to the next pump. Yeah, shout out to Perry. That's the thing, too, right? Like, the emotions is what gets everybody caught off sides, right? It's like, if you've been here, if you've ever bought crypto ever in your life, I'm sure you've experienced buying a pump and then paying the price, right? It's I know it sounds counterintuitive or it sounds like an oxymoron, but it's like, it's the same thing with like the communities, right? Like I'm here for the crypto, it's decentralized, right? Like the crypto community feels like a big family that fights a lot. If you ever go on Twitter, but it is like we're all kind of like a small percentage of the population that believes in this stuff, and obviously, still a small percent of the population is in crypto, but it's like the guys, we're a strong community. Hang in there, hold your bags. We're all gonna make it. That is a fool's game. Trading is PvP. Investing is PvP. We're all going to make it, right? I believe in that as a concept, as a community, but I think you could say we're all going to make it and also sell high and then buy back again lower, right? Like, we'll stay here, we're all going to make it, but like, don't just like hold your bag to zero, right? Like, I think, I'm here for the idea of decentralization, right? I think most of us, that's kind of how a lot of people get into crypto. They're like, oh, I believe it's like real money, it's decentralized, but I think a lot of people are also here to make money, right? I think a lot of people who say that they're not here to make money, I think it's dishonest. But you got to take profits. You got to pay yourself on the way up, right? When I took profit here, at the end of the day, right? Like, was I mad because I took profit here, and when we came back up for a new all-time high, I technically made less money because I was holding less Bitcoin? No, right? I made money, and then I take more profit, right? I actually took more profit technically as price was coming down, like up here. Am I upset about that if we go back into new all-time highs? No. Well, I'm still technically exposed to the market partially. But also, it's like, even if I wasn't exposed, it's like, if you hold your Bitcoin bag from down here to up here, you made money, right? That's the whole point. And I think a lot of people get caught up in that, right? They're like, hold for the wrong reasons. They hold for some kind of like conspiracy or secret narrative or just like, I don't know. You got to remember, like, it's a PvP game. Don't sell at a loss. Yeah, exactly. You want to. It seems simple. It seems easy, right? It is easy, right? It's very easy. Or I'm sorry, it's very simple. Buy low, sell high. Easy, simple is not the same thing as easy, right? Getting jacked and working out and being healthy is simple. Eat right, work out. Very simple formula. Not as easy when you're tired and you have to go to the gym after a long day, right? It's the same thing with investing. Buy low, sell high. Simple, not easy. I'm down 120K in unrealized profits. Shout out to Vampire Slayer. Whew, baby. You're strong. You're strong, man. You're strong. I'm here to get rich. Shout out to Manny. I know I always say dump it. I always say dump it, but it's because I learned to short here. It's like a it's like a fetish. I like to eat oysters and some wine. I love shorting. LFE, LFG. Dump it. It's a beautiful thing, right? And I think once you learn how to make money when the market goes down, like the bear market stops scaring you, right? Because it's like, I think, everybody has to go through that one cycle where you buy in, you're in massive profits, you're like, oh my God, I'm a genius, I'm rich, and then you lose it, right? And maybe you sell, right? And it's like super traumatic. But then in the second cycle, right, touching that hot stove, learning that lesson will help you in the next cycle, right? Taking profits along the way. And then once you learn how to short in a bear market, right, it does two things. Number one, you're not afraid of a bear market, right? Like this, you make a lot of money on your spot bags. This is still a massive opportunity. It's like a second bull run, but you just have to short, not long, right? Buying spot would be long, right? So it's like, if we go into a massive bear market, well, it's cool, right? We have plenty of opportunity to make money on the shorts. And then again, another thing that does for you is you will be in the market paying attention to crypto at the most important time when the actual opportunity is there. Most people leave at the best time to be in crypto. The bear markets are where the money is made. This is where the money is made. This, paying attention here, right? If you're shorting this and you're paying attention to the price action here, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh, wait, hang on. Actually, we're at major support. We're starting to form some like really macro bottoms. Maybe I'll pick up some spot down here. But if you're only here during the good times, right, and then price goes down and you leave, what's going to happen? You're going to not come back until it's the good times again. And then you're getting a much worse entry up here than down here. So it's a kind of like a twofold thing. So learn how to short the market, and you're in the best place to do that. I'm like a kid with the disease that can't feel any pain. I just keep losing all my money. Shout out to Nick Dunn. I felt like that as well. I probably had that disease worse than you did, man. I would just touch the hot stove, touch the hot stove, touch the hot stove, touch the hot stove, blow up my account, blow up my account, blow up my account, blow up my account. I literally didn't change what I was doing because I was in pain. I changed what I was doing because I was bored of the same outcome. I was like, man, like if I just keep doing this, clearly nothing's going to change. That's what forced me to change. I was just bored of the same outcome. And even like, yeah, like I had a small amount of money when I started, right? So it's not like I was blowing up $20,000 or like $20,000 accounts or anything like that. It was very small money. So like even altogether, like it was not like a significant loss monetarily. But I just got bored of losing money. I was like, I just need it. Like I have to do something different because I'm bored of seeing this outcome continue. It's the psychological battle of being a trader. There's really no way to avoid it. Like people could teach you, right? You could watch people like me, and I could try to share my experiences with you so you can learn from my mistakes. But even that, right? Like I think most people have to touch the hot stove and learn the lesson themselves in order to like. I knew about risk management when I started. I just didn't care, right? I just had to learn those lessons the hard way. That hot stove keeps calling my name. Make it stop. It's like looking at you. It's like. It's just so hot, right? So like you look at it, you're like, whoo. Anyway, so yeah, we took a look at Ethereum. We took a look at Bitcoin, guys. Take a look at Solana here. I mean, literally in the same spot as yesterday. We're holding key support here on Solana. If we lose this, guys, I'm looking for a move down to 112.53 to 105.57. That's your next major key level of support. You got the 3-day red dot printing. So long term, like even if we do get a bounce to the upside, your money flow is still generally trending out here, right? Draw your trend line. This is, unless this comes up in a very big way, this is still just trending out. Your 4-day VWAP and money flow coming out. Like this is not what you want to see for massive pumps. So you're either looking for the chart to completely fake out, or you're just looking for lackluster retracements, right? Other than that, right, we're just holding on top of this value area low. Same thing as Ethereum. Same thing as Bitcoin. Right now, Solana's holding a macro value area low. Bitcoin's holding the local value area low. And just still sitting at a standstill. I am the stove. Shout out to Goldavelli. Everybody's just touching you. Yeah, shout out to 33 said, bro, don't know how to break it to you, but there's nothing decentralized when you have to wait for Powell to know your future. Yeah, I shout out to 33. I don't think that's what they mean. Well, yeah, I guess. And it's a good point. Frankie's just going to come on the stream and say, it's the exact same, nothing further to report, and then end the stream immediately for the next week or two. That could be the case. I mean, I've been trying. The whole goal here, guys, like these live streams are supposed to be an hour. I just yap. Well, I guess I don't yap. I mean, we actually look at the charts. I know it provides a lot of value for you guys, so it's like, you know, I love to do it. But to be honest, like sometimes I look back and like sometimes it's not good for my health, guys. Like I film a video, I do all the editing, like I do everything, right? Well, not everything. Tony D does everything I can't do, but you know, it's like exhausting, right? And like there's been times where the market goes sideways and I haven't been on a legitimate vacation. I have not taken true time off other than like going to a wedding. I've not been on a vacation in 4 years, and I'm starting to feel the effects of it. And there's been times where like the price just goes sideways, and I'm like, man, I could have had a 2-week vacation here, and Bitcoin didn't move, and it just winds up being bad. Then I get up here, I'm tired. I wind up looking like this. I feel like I look dead right now, if I'm being honest. Shout out to Machine. Thank you or Machine, I guess. Thank you for the super chat. Said shout out to intermittent fasting, and shout out to Frankie, of course. Food nowadays has so many chemicals, it's poison. The more you eat, the more you die. Shout out to Machine. Yeah, I sometimes I eat stuff and I'm like, this tastes like a science project, but it's so good, which is the problem. Shout out to Wingstop. Wingstop tastes like chemicals, but I love it. Crazy Frankie Candles. People should take 4 vacations a year. Shout out to Johnny December. He lives in the Caribbean. So he's like on vacation all the time, at least weather-wise. I will be taking some kind of a vacation soon, guys. I'll probably make market updates, tutorials. I'll have some kind of content going out on the channel. Maybe I'll live stream from the beach. I don't know. That's the other thing, too. I love what I do. It's so hard for me to take time off. It's so hard for me to be like, let me take a break today because it's like I want to come up here. I want to talk about Bitcoin. I'm lucky enough to be obsessed with something that I get to share with everybody and have a reason to come up here and talk about it. So it just becomes difficult to take time off. I have season tickets for the hot stuff. Bro, I thought you were gonna say like season tickets to some like sporting event or like some vacation place. I have season tickets to the hot stove. I'm trying to learn from the best. Shout out to David, bro. That's a good one. That genuinely made me laugh. Yeah, trust me. I have no nerves in my hands anymore. They're just totally dead at this point. Don't be like me, or don't start like me. Be like me now. Don't be like me in the past. Yeah, stream from Dubai. Shout out to Loki. That would be fire. I might start traveling more, right? Because like this is a job, right? Between trading and even the content, right? Like this is a job where I have location freedom, right? So maybe I'll just start traveling more and make content from other places. I'll get like an Airbnb somewhere for a month and just hang out there and do the live stream from there. And at least I'll get a change of scenery. I just sit in my house all day. I'm low-key kind of depressing. Except for like the weekends. What is going on, everybody? Miss you, Mafia. Shout out to WOC, also known as Wolf of Crypto. Welcome in, brother. The crazy thing is, you know the stove is hot AF, but if you just size up a bit, you can make so much more money. Yeah, shout out to Goldavelli. That is definitely true. Don't over leverage. Don't over leverage. But of course, if you can make consistent profits on a $100 account, guys, I'll just drop this as Bitcoin's going sideways. We'll just be educational here, right? Like this is the beauty. I could teach instead of looking at candles going sideways. If you can make 5% a week on a $100 account, that's $5. Frankie, that's not going to change my life. If I make $5 a week for a year, that's not going to change my life, dude. It's not the point. When you first start trading, you don't want to over leverage, number one, right? But you don't want to risk a ton of capital, right? Like if Johnny Smith comes up to me and he says, hey man, I see you out there trading. I see you making all this money. I want to start doing that. What should I expect? I would say, get ready to lose money. Take an amount of money that you can lose and be okay with it. Treat your first initial account deposit as payment to learn. Could you get lucky on trades? Could you just wind up taking good trades and making money? Absolutely. But if you don't have $20, $50, $100,000 to start with, it's going to be really hard to turn $100 into $10,000, especially in a short period of time, right? And especially as a beginner, because you're going to learn, you've never touched the hot stove. You're just going to start that journey, right? So you're going to start touching the hot stove. And this is like human psychology, right? Like there's a reason why 90% of traders fail. I think most of them give up out of frustration because they're chasing the wrong thing. They're chasing an indicator. They're chasing the signals group. They're chasing that one thing that's just going to make them be able to click a button and make $1 billion super easy every day. It does not exist. You have to go through the learning process, deposit your money into the university of trading and say, if I lose this money, I am paying this money to learn. If I make money, that's a benefit, right? But if not, I'm not expecting that, right? I know it sounds counterintuitive, but stick with me. If you go into trading with no clue what's going on and you say, I got 10K saved up, hey, if I can get Bitcoin to move this much, I can make $1,000. Like, you're going to wind up losing trades. You're never going to know. You're not going to know what the emotions of trading feels like. You're not going to know what it feels like to put on a trade and be down $500. You're going to be freaking out. You're going to be like, oh my God, I could have used that $500 to buy this. You're going to be freaking out. You're not going to know where to put your stop loss. You're not going to know anything. So just put a small amount of money into an account or start demo trading. Right? Start demo trading and just learn the skill of TA. Learn the skill of trading. Once you master that, maybe on a demo account or a small account, then once you can once you can prove to yourself that you can consistently make money over time, then you can size up. But that takes time. You can't get into trading and expect to be in the 5%, the top 1% in a month or a week, right? It's just not going to happen. And if you think it's going to happen, you're just basically saying like, I'm like, no one else can do this, but I'm special. That's what I thought. I was like, I can turn this 100 into 10K. I can just use all the leverage. I'm going to make the money. I'm different, right? But I was going against like a huge statistic, right? So just understand that going in, right? But if you pay attention to the percentages. If you put $100 into an account, you can make 5% on that account. That's only $5. But 5% on an account is a huge gain. 5% on the entire account is a huge gain, right? If you have a $100,000 account, that's $5,000, right? So it's the same trades, it's the same risk management, it's the same setups, it's the same key levels. The only thing that is different is the amount of capital that you're working with. So you have to work your way up there. And just think of it that way, right? If you can trade a $100 account and get about 5% a month or whatever it is, right? Just change the math. 1% a week, 5% a week, 5% a month. You have to be realistic. And just because you're making only $5, you have to think of it as a percentage of the account, right? Because the reason you're only making $5 is not because you have to go max leverage, no stop loss, gamble, right? It's because you're just not working with a lot of money. I think a lot of people are not transparent about how hard it is to grow a small account. I just flipped an account from 5,000 to 15,000. Right now, obviously, 5,000 is a lot more than 100. But even that, right? Like, it's hard to flip any account. Like, it's easier to make a lot of money with a lot of capital, but just like turning $100 into 10K in a month, which is what I think a lot of people try to do, and that's where they get frustrated. That's where I was frustrated. I was like, $100. You know, if it goes up here, like I'll just buy here, no stop loss. Like, no way it's going back down there, right? And then you learn the hard lesson of the market will humble you. It's just very hard to do, right? But if you could just consistently make 1 to 3% profit every week, every month, whatever, right? Then just do the math in your head. Be like, one day, if I could prove this to myself over 6 months or a year, if I could get more capital, right? Invest my own capital, you could use a prop firm or something like that. By the way, somebody asked me about the Warbucks crypto prop firm video. I actually reshot that today. First filming was a nightmare, so I reshot it today. That's going to be coming out very soon. If you guys want to check it out, and I'm going to be giving away 5 $5,000 accounts and one $10,000 instant account, 5K challenge accounts, and then 10K instant. But you could use a prop firm, or you can just invest your own money if you feel confident enough. Either way you go, it's the next step, right? You can't just start putting 10K into an account, right? You're going to lose it. Anyone who's tried that, let me know in the chat. Let me know. Did you just put 10K in and turn it into $1 million? Maybe you did. Maybe you did. You'd be part of the 0.0001% though. But yeah, just think about it like that. Consistent profits over time. You have to detach yourself from the money for 2 reasons. If you stay attached to the money, you're going to freak out when you're in drawdown, and you're going to be chasing gains that are unrealistic, right? You have to detach yourself from the money. Look at it as like points, right? Just completely detach yourself, which is very difficult for most people to do. Let's see. Shout out to Perry. He said, Frankie, I paid for a signals group, and I sent them a message, or I said to him that his signals are not working and you're fake, and they kicked me out and my money is gone. I did not get a refund. Shout out to Perry. I mean, listen, you got to think about it realistically, right? If it was as easy, right? And you're talking to somebody who has a premium Discord, and I will never tell someone it's a signals group, and I'll never tell you can come into my Discord and get rich in 3 days, right? You have to be realistic, right? If it was that easy, I would have a bot set up on the best traders' signals, and I would not do anything, right? Everybody would do that. No one would have a job. Everyone would know about it. Everyone would sign up. They'd have a bot, and they'd be just making infinite money, right? It'd be an infinite money glitch. It doesn't exist, right? But the beautiful thing is, because it takes hard work means that it is legit. It's just not easy. So it should motivate you, right? Like if it was a get-rich-quick scheme, it's probably not real, right? But it's not, which means it's legit, right? It just takes hard work. It takes patience. It took me like dang near 2 years. Hopefully it doesn't have to take you that long, right? That's why I'm here, to help you learn from my mistakes. I spent a year just having no idea what was going on, just blowing account after account after account. So that's why I'm here, to hopefully expedite your process moving forward. Well said, Frankie Gold. Yeah, shout out to Ritz. Right? Man, I don't know how to say that name. But yeah, it's just the truth, right? It's just my experience, I guess. I guess it's my truth. Blew 2 10K accounts in May 24, my first 6 months trading back-to-back on tilt. Yeah, shout out to Goldavelli. And you're never going to be impervious to that, right? Like, I don't make decisions based off of I don't make my decisions for the most part off of emotions, right? I've already learned that lesson, but that does not mean, guys, that I have off weeks, off months, right? I've gone on tilt in the past year, right? Like I go on tilt sometimes. I break my rules sometimes. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I lose trades. I make mistakes. I let the emotions get the best of me. As a matter of fact, I've literally made videos about trades that I made mistakes on to share that with you guys because it's the reality of trading. If you really want to make it, you need to learn from somebody who's teaching you the reality, not someone who's just being like, look, I win every single trade, right? It's just not realistic. Then you're going to lose a bunch of trades and be like, what the heck's going on? I'm doing something wrong, when it could just be the reality of the situation, right? You could also have a really bad strategy and bad TA, right? But the chances are most strategies are profitable, right? When you're smart, I say this all the time, you could trade ICT, you could trade patterns, you could trade volume profiles, you could trade just Fibonacci, you could trade just price action, you could trade many, many strategies. All like the mainstream strategies are profitable enough to make money. The reason most people don't make money with them is because they don't know how to manage the risk. They don't know how to manage their emotions. They don't know how to manage their trades. That is the secret to trading. Everybody wants the secret indicator, the secret signal. The secret to trading is risk management and psychological control, having a plan, hard work, time in the market, right? That is the shortcut. The shortcut is literally the long way. If you try to take the shortcut, I tried to take the shortcuts, max leverage, gambling, right? And even I would get lucky sometimes and make a bunch of money. And I'm like, I made $500 today. That's way more than I make at my job. Meanwhile, I had already blown $3,000. I'm not even at break even, right? So there you go. A little bit of insight, right? Not technical insight, right? But insight into how you, like the realistic expectations if you want to enter the journey of trading. It is possible. Hopefully I'm proof of that for you guys. And what am I sitting up here saying? I don't win every single trade. I have bad weeks. I have bad months, right? It's just a reality. XRP is garbage, bro. That's so funny. You lost a lot of trades. Yeah, I've lost a lot of trades, of course. XRP is garbage. It's so funny that people come in. It's like Cardano and XRP. People just come in and be like, Cardano's trash. It's just like, it's so funny. So for some reason, XRP and Cardano, it's just, people hate it. Let's see. I put 10K and turned it into $13.52. Womp womp. Shout out to Rudy. He said womp womp, not me. Shout out to Rudy, bro. Soul is moving. It's moving. You got to go down to the 1 minute. Oh, there we go. It's pumping, guys. It's pumping. Oh, my God. Yeah, this is brutal, guys. I'm not going to lie. But we already took a look at Solana. If you guys just got it here, just scrub back to the beginning of the stream. Holding key support here. We lose this. Looking down here. 12.74 to 105.84. Shout out to Imagination of Innocence. Said, hey, Frankie, do I have to have the Discord to take advantage of the membership? Haven't signed. No. The YouTube membership just gives you, like, special emojis and stuff. And if we ever do, like, member-only live streams and stuff, that'll give you access to that. We haven't really done that. But, no, the YouTube membership and the Discord are totally different. Shout out to Perry. Said, bro, honestly, if people don't pay attention when they come in the beginning, they will get scammed a lot. Shout out to Perry. Turned 2,800 to 13,000. Let's go. Oh, blew the whole account. Shout out to Daniel Watson. So there you go, right? And this is why being in, like, even free Discords, whether it's mine or somebody else's, right? Being around other people who are trading is, like, super important, right? Because, like, you might not even need to have someone like me, right? You could just have someone that's, like, 2 months ahead of you, right? And you're like, yeah, guys, I did max leverage. Like, I'm doing all this. You know, I'm just going to re-enter my trade after I lost it. And, like, you might have someone who's just a little further ahead of you and be like, hey, bro, no, don't do that. Don't do that, man. I did that last week. Don't do it, right? You got to get around like-minded people. 5 seconds is a god. 5 second is a god candle. Hey, maybe we'll do that, right? Let's just stick on to the. Let's go to the 5 second. All right. Oh wow, look at this, guys. Look at the momentum on this. Whew. Solana with a massive move, 0.7%. Let's go. You know what? Screw it, guys. We're going to the 1 second. Bull pennant. Bull pennant, guys. Money flow coming up. Here we go. Solana with the bull pennant. Money flow coming up. Will we get the breakout? Will we get the breakout? Could be. We'll pull the wonky measured move. Oh, there's the breakout, baby. There's the breakout. This is the new thing, guys. We're trading the 1 second chart here. Target here at 130.10. There's the breakout of the bull flag. Let's go. Are we going to hit the measured move? Money flow back in the green here. Continuation of the uptrend is to be expected. Massive, massive, massive move by Solana, guys. Oh, she's dumping back down. Are we going back for the neckline retest? Are we going for the retest? Oh, fake out. Fake out of the bull pennant, guys. Oh, my God. Oh, we're back in. Will she recover? Will she recover? This is much more fun than what we were doing before. Oh, she's back up. She's back out. She washed out the shorts. She washed out the longs, and now she's going to the measured move. Come on, baby. We're looking for 130.09. Let's go. The uptrend continues. Money flows in the green. There's your higher low, your higher high. Come on. Let's go. This is bullish. 100x, come on, forming another mini bull flag. There it goes with the breakout. Come on, baby. Come on. Somebody move the price. I'm losing my mind. Oh, God. I blew up 4 to 5 $200 accounts, but I have learned a lot. Did you check out the tether dominance on the daily, making a cup and handle, looking to be not in our favor? Yeah, we could take a look at tether dominance in a second, but we got to look at this. Full reversal here. Full reversal on Solana. Money flow coming back up here on the 1 second time frame. Can she recover? We have a very important trend line here, guys. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. 10,000x long, guys. We hit this neckline. We're going 10,000x long. Come on. Come on. Tap it. Tap it. Money flow back in the red, guys. This is the continuation of the downtrend. It's over. It's over. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is bad. This is bad. It's going to retest as resistance and back down. Red dot about to print here on the 1 second time frame. There's the bearish retest. Don't do it to us. Don't do it to us. Come on, money flow. Fake out. Come on, money flow. Fake out. Oh, she's back above. I don't trust it. I don't trust it, guys. I don't trust it. I think it's a lower high. Oh, there it is. There's the lower low. Oh, my God. We're like a fortune teller even on the 1 second time frame, guys. Head and shoulders on the 1 second. It actually, I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, money flow, by the way, even on the 1 second time frame, right? Don't trade the 1 second, guys. This is obviously all jokes. Money flow crosses into the green. You continue up. Money flow starts coming out. Look at the continuation of the downtrend. Low, higher, lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But the good thing here is money flow is coming back up, ready to start a fresh uptrend here, guys. This is bullish. This is bullish. Look at that money flow. Those green candles are already starting to print. Can we pop back up? We're extending our magical trend line here. Can we tap it? No, the downtrend continues. You should do storage wars. Oh, my God, the dump, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Yo, should we just start gambling on the 1 second time frame during these boring times is the question. But in all realness, guys, let's go ahead and let's go to the 1 hour. That is what all that looks like on the 1 hour, right? This is why you want to stay off the low time frames, right? We're just literally at the same price. But anyway, 1 hour money flow coming up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is so good. Maybe we should start doing that. I don't want to teach bad stuff, but that would be really fun. I'd have to start like a new channel. Call it Frankie Gambles. I don't think that name would get approved. If you go to $12 and can hold, I will buy there. On Bitcoin, $12 incoming. Frankie live streams the 1 second chart 24/7. I just lose my voice after 5 minutes. At the 1 second time frame. Literally at the same price. But anyway. All right, let's take a quick look. Look at the Bitcoin 1 second right now. Oh my God, that's there. You guys wanted to see a bear market. There it is, guys. There it is. Bottom of the bear market, bull run. There's your bear market right there, guys. Actually looks like this might roll over. This is actually looks like it's going to roll over here, guys. Money flow coming back out. Can we get the fake out? At VWAP, probably going to drop the money flow down a little bit more. This is actually not a bad way to learn money flow because it happens so quickly. But again, right, like money flow crosses green, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Actually came out a little bit there. Then it crosses red, right? Continuation of the downtrend. Will she fake out? We'll let this red dot print. It's going to be a lower high. Give us the lower low, Bitcoin. We know you're going to do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off here. Just do it. Just do it. For Solana, major support at 121. I don't have a level there. You got a major low there. Maybe you can SFP that, right? Maybe you can swing fail that lower low there, or that low here. Chainlink, yeah, we could take a peek at Chainlink. Let's take a look. Oh my God, it's going to, I'm just kidding. All right, we're done, guys. We're done. Take a look at Chainlink here. If you watch the stream here on November 26th, I guess I could say December 3rd, same thought. But just bouncing off the POC, right? Your major key level of support sits here between about 1137 and 1091. Daily green dot. Your hope here is that your money flow can continue up on the daily. The one thing I don't hate about that is that your daily green dot is looking to print. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but maybe the next day, next couple days, you might get that green dot here on the daily. Money flow trying to trend to the upside. I don't hate that, right? The one thing I am suspicious about is that you have front ran this value area low, right? So at the end of the day, you can potentially continue up here. You got to flip this POC. Major resistance here to the upside, 1428. Flip the POC at 1428. We can look to come up here between about 1555 and 1636. That would be the next major level of resistance. If we come down first, you're praying that you could hold this value area low. This is an extremely, extremely key level of support. If we lose that, I am personally probably going to be looking down towards the daily at 957. Daily money flow. I mean, the daily doesn't look horrible here, right? We got a nice big red wave, right? And I could just look at this, right? Nice big green wave. Trend continues up. Nice big red wave with the trend continuation down. The only thing I'm suspicious of here is the front run of the value area low. It's not a guarantee you have to come down there and tap that, but it does make me a little bit suspicious. But if you do front run this and you don't come down to tap it, like this money flow coming up and crossing into the green, you still have time for that to be the case. But all eyes on this green dot on the daily. Flip 1431. We can look to push up into the daily MPOC Golden Pocket Confluence at 16 between 1570 and 1642. Tether dominance, somebody asked for. Yeah, so let's take a look at this. I mean, you're testing this value area low, right? If we break through this level, more specifically getting above 6.74, break up in here, flip that to support, probably not going to be great, right? But we are hitting resistance, right? This is resistance until proven otherwise. Maybe you got a little bit of a head and shoulders here, right? Not a big pattern guy, obviously, but you kind of got the breakout, the retest of the neckline. I would more pay attention to the crack of this key resistance, right? So this right here, if we can get above that level, that is going to be more indicative of a bigger move up. That would make me not feel super good, right? I mean, it could be good for Tether dominance, but not good for crypto. But as of right now, you are hitting resistance. This is resistance until proven otherwise, right? We already tried to get in there, rejected the POC perfectly, bearish retest, massive drop down. If I had to give you a measured move here, roughly. Ooh. Take that off the chart. I don't want to scare anyone. Yeah, I mean, this is the key zone. Get above that, I'd be expecting higher, 7.54. Money. The one thing I don't hate here is the money flow on the daily, technically trending to the downside. You don't have a bear div, but you do have the red dot coming with money flow coming out. All right, doesn't mean that you can't eventually continue back above that key level, but locally the daily money flow coming out, 16-hour money flow even coming out a little bit, 12-hour money flow flat, 10-hour money flow in the green. Ugh. Check that weekly. Yeah, weekly money flow in the green. Not an uncommon type of price action, right? Take that off the chart too. Yikes. But no, I would keep an eye on this daily money flow. I mean, if we were going to get another drop there, I'd watch this daily red dot and this money flow coming out. But we are tapping key resistance. You do not want to crack above this point of control sitting at 6.75. Break above that, I'd be looking for a move up to about 7.6. Let's see. Yes, shout out to on Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, it's still technically showing weakness on the higher time frames, right? Like, sure, the indicator can be wrong. You have to be aware of that. But this 4-day money flow crossover into the red, this still does look weak. The only problem here is the fact that it's not just the dominance, right? Like, the hope here is that the dominance continues down. We are about to print a 4-day green dot, right? So again, this could be an ebb or flow to the upside, but money flow is oftentimes indicating the higher time frame trend. So we've just been rejecting this resistance and chopping around down here, right? So like, even if we pop up, you're hoping to continue the overall downtrend. This money flow does look bearish on the 4-day. Your 5-day money flow, just flat, generally trending out, but just kind of flat there. 6-day money flow generally trending out. Your 3-day money flow is generally trending out. Your 2-day money flow just crossed back into the green. I would be watching the higher time frames, but again, it's not necessarily that this 4-day money flow crossover is just going to indicate massive alt season, right? Like, this could just be, if it does wind up playing out and we get the continuation down, it could be on the Bitcoin retracement, maybe into the 50-week moving average. And I do think that would be okay for altcoins, right? I don't know if it's going to be the face-melting alt season everybody wants, but that's your hope. That's the chance there, right? It's hold the 786. I mean, you could even take this low again, but you got to get back above these levels and then look for the bigger retracement. I'm obviously going to be very careful around that 50-week moving average for the bearish retest, because as we look at every day on the channel, right, we have never been able to get back above this level once we close multiple weekly candles below it, especially with all the bearish confirmations this deep into the cycle. Doesn't mean this time can't be different, right? But we have to assume that if the charts are looking bearish with the high time frame money flow coming out, that lower highs and lower lows are very likely to continue. If we flip it, well, then we can look at a different scenario potentially playing out. But until that happens, this would be the anticipation off of your money flow coming out on the higher time frames, 5-day in the red, 6-day in the red, right? Getting a fresh crossover. It's the same exact thing that we had over here. 6-day money flow crossover, very rare bearish signal. You get the drop down. Sure, you get the retracement. What do you reject? The 50-week moving average. Collapse for a lower high into a lower low into the bear market. Same thing in 2017. You get, well, massive sideways action, right? You break below. You close multiple weekly candles below the 50-week. Money flow is continuing out. You didn't even get the crossover yet at that time, right? But you retrace. You'd think, oh my God, we're pumping, but you push into the 50-week moving average. The money flow is the biggest sign that you're going to put in a very high probability lower high for lower lows to come. So that's why I'm being careful here. Again, doesn't mean that you can't slam it to the upside, right? If we could flip that 50-week moving average, but it doesn't mean that it's, guaranteed move. The higher probability based off the charts, higher probability, not guarantee, right? The indicator can fake out, but you got to be careful, right? Because, that's my anticipation. Doesn't mean it can't be wrong, right? I could still look for this, right? If we flip it to support, we could say, well, hey, maybe we can. I think if you flip this, right, you could very quickly get the move up to like 116K. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated there. Shout out to the Bitcoin dominance. Shout out to Rat IRL. Welcome in. Let's see. 1 second is mooning. All right. Can we take a peek? All right, we already looked at Chainlink. It's going to 0. Shout out to Panda the Prophet. 1 second cup and handle. Let's go. I got my shorts riding up here, guys. But there we go. All right. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything here in the chat. Shout out to Perry, said Tony D, and the Discord, and checked the strategy, but now I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm lucky, honestly. Shout out to Perry. Well, we're lucky to have you, brother. Short streams are the best. Yeah, shout out to Darren Does Things. Speaking of that, I'll take one more last Crack at Bitcoin here. Here we are, just still sitting sideways. Got your 12-minute money flow, 15-minute money flow kind of coming out there, 4-hour red dot. So I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't know how confident I am that we're going to hold up here. But again, if we do drop out of here, major support. I'd be okay with a little sweep of these lows. But, once we lose this general zone, guys, next big levels to look at, or the major next level to look at for me personally, is going to be to take out that $80,500 low into the next major horizontal level of support. Obviously, there's just nothing in here. Can you get an SFP of this wick? Of course. And technically, you do have backup support there on the 786 as well. I just don't love. I just personally don't love that. Right? If we were able to push that low into the 786, like this is the level that you got to hold. And even then, right, it could just be a lower high for a lower low. I am suspicious that we are going to come down here. And again, there's no real confluence here. You have the 786, but that's about it. Down here, you have actual high time frame confluent horizontal levels. So we'll see. Will we come take the lows? Well, if you don't want to, you got to stay up in here. Or even if you wiggle out, you got to reclaim. We got to eventually hold this to get the move up to the POC. We'll see what happens. But with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for today's live stream. Love from India, brother. Shout out to you, brother. Love back to India. Shout out to you guys. Tony says, I always say everyone learns at least one hard lesson when getting into crypto, and I just hope for everyone it's not too costly. Yes. Me too. I've taken some costly lessons, guys. I've made very big mistakes in crypto, right? I'm not going to sit up here and be like, I got into crypto my first day and just started making a ton of money. Not true. Like even with spot bags, right? Like I've panic sold and then panic bought back on pumps. Like the reason I talk about this stuff, guys, is because I've gone through these problems. And my hope is to help you guys not make the same problems that I did and expedite your process, whether it's from trading, leverage trading, day trading, whatever it is, investing long-term. If I can help you learn from my mistakes and learn technical analysis, learn how to find the key levels, learn how to find high probability trade setups, I will do that. So with all that being said, that's all the time I got for today's live stream, guys. I will see you here tomorrow, same place, same time, hopefully with some better price action to look at. Thank you guys all for being here. Smash that like button on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I got Mrs. Candles cooking steak. I hope it's steak. So no fake out tonight, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out.
I'm long here off the 1 second, 5 second bull div here, guys. No stop loss. Ignore this. No stop loss. Long off the 1 second bull div. 5 and 1 second bull divs. Targeting the golden pocket here. Can we make it? Can we make it? Come on. We're sitting here all night until we hit this target, guys. We're either hitting the target or we're losing all our money. Come on. Don't do it to us now. Don't do it to us now. Give me the 1 second. Let's check it out here on the lower time frame. Money flow in the green. I think we're going to hit it, guys. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it here. Come on. Give it to me. Give me the target. Give me the target. I should have my hair like all messed up like I'm crazy. Come on. Give me that 1 second target. Come on. Come on. There's got to be no volume here. There can't be much holding us down. Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're good. We're good. Money flows in the green. It's just a pullback. It's just a pullback here, guys. Just a 1 second pullback. No way this is going back into the red. Give me a higher low. Give me a higher low. Let's pull the fib here. Where's our golden pocket? Come on. All right, tap the golden pocket. We're willing to come down here. Send us into that higher golden pocket. Come on, baby. Come on, come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Give it to us. Give it to us. Look at that. See, we're getting invisible candle. That's bullish. That's bullish, guys. Invisible candle on the 1 second. That is the most bullish invisible candle I've ever seen. Come on. Give it to me. You can't go sideways on the 1 second chart. That's not allowed. Give me the green dot. Money flow, come up. Give it to me. Come on. Come on. Give me another invisible candle to break the high. Come on. Give it to me. I thought this was the 1 second chart. This 1 second candle is taking 5 seconds. Okay, nice. Nice. Come on, baby. Come on. We got a 5 second green dot coming in as well. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Come on. The 1 second candles are broken, guys. We broke it. We broke it. The position size is too big for the 1 second time frame. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, give me the higher low. Give me the higher low right off the golden pocket. I'm taking the second position. Second imaginary position off the golden pocket, guys. We're doubling down. Stop loss below the 786. Don't wreck me here. This is all I have. This is the last money I have. I lost everything else in crypto. Come on. Hold that 786. Oh, God. Money flow back in the red, guys. This is it. This is it. We're going to lose it all. We're going to lose it all. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come on. Come on. Green candles in chat, Mafia. Green candles in chat. We got to save ourselves here. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not good, guys. 10 second looking like trash. 10 second looking like trash. Okay, we got the 786 to act as support. Come on, baby. Come on. Bring us back to life. Bring us back to life. Somebody's going to tune in right now, and they're going to be like, what is this psychopath scalping the 5 second time frame? I'm not actually in these trades, guys. This is all a joke. Newbies watching going to get wrecked tonight. Don't do this at home, guys. I'm not even trading. These are just position tools. This is a joke. All right, well, looks like the 1 second wants to go sideways, guys. That's all and we just lost it all. Oh, God, we really just lost it all. All right, well, I got to get out of here, guys. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. I might have holes in my shirt. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.